now facing federal charges. Deja Taylor is facing 2 new criminal counts. She's already charged in Newport News after police say her 6-year-old son shot his teacher at Richneck Elementary.
Hey guys, my name is Tam and this is Tam Talks, and what are we talking about today? Well, today we're going to talk about a two-parter. First, we're going to talk about a 6-year-old who shot his teacher in the middle of class in front of other students. And I will say that the teacher is okay. Despite that traumatic experience, she is fine, which leads us to the second part. Well, it was stated that the 6-year-old was not going to be charged because in Virginia, it stated based on some law or clause that a 6-year-old cannot do anything with malice intent. That's arguable for me. But the second part is they were trying to figure out whether or not they were going to charge the mother. So it looks like they were going to arrest the mother as it stands now because they said that she lied on her application to receive the gun. Although marijuana is legal in Virginia, from the form notes, the use or possession of marijuana remains unlawful under federal law, regardless of whether it has been legalized or decriminalized for medicinal or recreational purposes in that state. Back to this case. Deja Taylor is 25, and again, that situation happened with her son, who is 6 years old, or tried to be charged for illegally receiving this gun that was purchased illegally under this clause of that she lied because she is a marijuana user. I definitely want to get you guys' thoughts and opinions because I'm all the way confused with this law being legal, illegal, / legal, but illegal in this state. It almost feels like because they can't or will not charge this 6-year-old because of course of his age, they are attempting to find creative ways to be able to try the mother for that. A lot of people are saying though that parents should actually get jail time for their kids if their kids are underage. Then that would basically change the nature of how some of these kids are operating in schools and the world around us. I'm not exactly sure if I agree with that, but I get where they're going with that. I would definitely want to know you guys' thoughts and opinions on this whole situation. It's a little crazy, and I want to make sure I'm being sensitive because, again, a teacher who was just going to work was shot for trying to be a teacher, trying to educate a child or children. So I want to be sensitive to that. But I also want to know your thoughts and opinions on them being able to find this. I don't know if it's a loophole or I don't know if it's a loophole or something that they would typically do in a case like this, if there has been a case like this. But what do you guys think? If you're new here, go ahead and click follow and like this video. Comment, let me know you're here, and please stick around. I love to see you on the next video because we got a lot to talk about.
Newport News now facing federal charges. Deja Taylor is facing 2 new criminal counts. She's already charged in Newport News after police say her 6-year-old son shot his teacher at Richneck Elementary.
The new charges are related to Taylor's gun ownership. Sarah Hammond is in the studio to explain.
Well, Deja Taylor is now facing federal gun and drug charges. New documents from federal prosecutors accuse Taylor of unlawfully using marijuana while in possession of a gun and making a false statement during the purchase of a firearm. Prosecutors say Taylor made a false claim when buying a 9mm handgun in 2022 that she was not, quote, an unlawful user of or addicted to any illegal drug. Federal prosecutors say she was, in fact, an unlawful user of marijuana. The 25-year-old is already criminally indicted on a charge of felony child neglect and a misdemeanor charge of endangering a child by reckless storage of a firearm. Police say Taylor's son shot his first-grade teacher, Abby Zwerner, on January 6th inside her classroom at Richneck Elementary School. Newport News police had previously said the boy's mother legally purchased the gun, but the federal complaint now claims she lied on her application to purchase and possess the gun. Back to you.
All right, Sarah, thank you. It's not immediately clear if Taylor has been taken back into custody at this time.
She woke up in the hospital.
She asked me, first question, do you know how my students are? She was worried about them.
Investigators say the firearm came from the child's home, legally purchased by his mother. The child is under a temporary detention order and is receiving treatment at a medical facility. Legal experts say it's unlikely the child would face charges because of something called the infancy defense that argues children that young are unable to form criminal intent. Police say it will be up to the local prosecutors to determine if the child's parents will face any charges. Teachers who work closely
by not offering them a safe place to work and to learn.
This morning, outrage and calls for change amid an outpouring of support. A packed vigil for beloved first grade teacher Abigail Zwerner, who many are calling a hero. Zwerner, who coworkers and students affectionately call Miss Z, is recovering in stable condition after authorities say a 6-year-old student brought a 9mm handgun to school Friday, firing a single round in the classroom while she was teaching.
She took a defensive position where she raised her hand. The round went through her hand, exited the rear of her hand, and into her upper chest.
Police say the shot was intentional, but can't speak to what was going through his mind at the time.
I believe that the actions were at or towards the teacher, but you never know how someone's going to want to react with a firearm, with students, and we're talking about a 6-year-old child. I don't know what all was going through that child's mind.
After being hit, she quickly ushered her other students to safety.
I believe she did save lives because I don't know what else might have happened if those kids would have stayed in that room.